Good morning, and to my great surprise, I can say Happy New Year 2023. And remember that I am only speaking to you because I have prostate cancer, and my continuing urgency is addressed to all men aged 40 and above to have their prostate tested once a year. The good news is that I have been working today on my 4th edition of Rent Review and Arbitration, and I think it's nearly ready to go to the publisher. The even better news is that I was diagnosed 10 days ago with acute sepsis infection. This was a complete surprise, quite astonishing, and part and parcel indirectly of the prostate cancer journey. I had a complex urine tract infection, which, if I hadn't been discovered as looking pretty awful by my dear friend Brian Turner, I would have died about 10 days ago. But thanks to the marvelous Dr. Canton of Manor Surgery, the ambulance team, and the oncology department at the Churchill Hospital, here I am. I am still here. And in fact, having had my 4th round of chemo last Friday, much delayed because of various side effects of the chemo, I am feeling in great form this morning. That doesn't mean that there are other things to keep in mind, but anyway, life at the moment of these last few days has been fantastic. And I am looking forward on this quiet and warm Sunday, the 1st of January, a year that I never thought that I would reach, to another few more of these years. Who knows? Who can say? Anyway, I've had a pleasurable time sending messages and receiving messages from various parts of the world and thinking about my good fortune. The good fortune which has allowed me to... I'm moving a glass which I have seen is in the way. I'm not a very good person when it comes to design and technology, but I suggest we leave this in here when it comes to be edited by my dear friend James McFarlane, who is looking after the editing of these little pieces of verbal. Delectation. Can I use the word delectation on a Sunday midday? I suppose I can. Anyway, so what else is new? The state of Denmark, as one might say, or the state of England is pretty dire. We have no idea what the future will hold or how or where life will lead us. There were interesting reviews on the BBC Radio 4 concerning the immediate year past and the possible year future, none of which augur well, none of which seem to give opportunities and hope for so many parts of the United or disunited kingdom in which we live, and which I hope others will look on with kindness. And let us stay for a moment on kindness. I have been extraordinarily fortunate as a recipient of the kindness and generosity of others, both physically and mentally. And it is in very good part, by reason of that kindness and generosity, that I have generally the continuing will to live, the general continuing will to be a presence in this world and to try and effect change, especially in the area of dispute resolution. And you note that I'm not going on about prostate cancer this morning. You know the sort of journey I'm on, but I'm trying to think and talk about how future aspects can be improved upon. And I have been working with my marvelous group on the Forum for International Conciliation and Arbitration to try and move forward with the discussions dealing with the reform of the international settlement of disputes, basically addressing bilateral investment treaty concerns. Now, there's enough of that. We don't want you all going to sleep straight away. The flies will come buzzing round and will cause mental deterioration if we go on this topic too long. But I must just mention another optimistic note. Coming back from chemotherapy on Friday, I had the enormous good fortune to, by the way, Sarah from America was my staff nurse in charge of my chemo, marvelous, and she has looked after me before. But anyway, I met a young man and woman, English teachers, Georgie and Tom, and we got talking about communication on the bus, and as one does. And then we were joined in the conversation by Sebastian, a marvelous fellow from Argentina, who is obviously a very strong intellect and added greatly to our journey, sadly lasting only until Hillingdon. But we talked about how to expand English language teaching and how to make it more global, and whether English language teaching should be promoted sufficiently over French or otherwise. But who knows? Anyway, it was a marvelous conversation. I thank them very much. And this is the end of this little message for the 1st of January, 2023. Goodbye and best wishes.